Kim Jong Un has called North Korea to stand ready to conduct nuclear attacks at any time to defer war. In Monday comments carried by state media, he accused the U.S. and its ally South Korea of expanding joint military drills involving American nuclear assets. The same morning, state TV released photos of Kim overseeing the North's latest missile test with his young daughter. It's not known when or where the pictures were taken. State broadcaster KRT aired them a day after South Korea and Japan both reported the launch of a North Korean short-range ballistic missile off its east coast. It's the latest in a flurry of weapons tests by Pyongyang in recent weeks as the U.S. and the South continue a month of their annual combined military drills. They include air and sea exercises involving U.S. B-1B strategic bombers. The North has reacted furiously to the drills, calling them a rehearsal for invasion against it. In his comments in state media, he was quoted as saying that the enemies are getting ever more pronounced in their moves for aggression against the DPRK, and that it requires the North, quote, to bolster up its nuclear-aware deterrence exponentially.
A strong earthquake shook a coastal region of Ecuador and northern Peru on Saturday. It damaged homes, schools and medical centres. At least 14 people were killed and more than 380 injured in the quake, according to the Ecuadorian presidency's communication agency, largely in the El Oro province. The quake was measured at magnitude 6.8 and did not appear likely to generate a tsunami, authorities said. This was the moment shoppers ran from a supermarket in Guayaquil when the quake hit. This museum on a pier in the coastal area of Ecuador's El Oro province was almost completely submerged after it collapsed as a result. Dozens of homes have been destroyed. Many roadways were blocked by landslides caused by the earthquake. The Santa Rosa airport suffered minor damage but remained in operation. The initial quake was followed by 2 weaker aftershocks in the following hour, according to the Geophysics Institute of Ecuador.
At a depot near Paris, garbage collectors take turns to guard the entrance to the incinerator that burns the city's trash. They're striking over French President Emmanuel Macron's pension reform, like many other workers. It's been 2 weeks now that Régis Viercelli, Secretary General of the CGT Garbage Collectors Union in Paris, has been eating and sleeping on the picket line with his colleagues.
Donc on repasse par le boudoir, là c'est le jardin.
This is the boudoir and out here is the garden, he says, giving Reuters a tour of their camp. Viercelli says Paris produces 1,000 tons of garbage each day, and it has piled up on the capital's streets. That has annoyed some Parisians, and Viercelli says the workers don't like it either.
It breaks our hearts also to see Paris's streets in this state. Our job is for Paris to be clean everywhere, and for everyone, not just for Parisians. Let's not forget that Paris is the most touristic capital in the world and so on.
Last week, the government pushed the reform through Parliament without a vote. It says it needs to raise the pension age by 2 years to ensure the system doesn't go bust. That move prompted unrest after weeks of protest that poses a grave challenge to Macron's authority. 10 of the striking trash collectors were requisitioned by the police to go out and work. Viercelli says that won't be enough to clear the streets. A day of nationwide industrial action is scheduled for Thursday, and garbage collectors, like other sectors, are getting ready. Viercelli is planning for them to wear their distinctive green overalls. He tells them, "You'll be heroes on that day."
Who has banned TikTok?
We are also going to ban the use of TikTok on government devices. We will do so with immediate effect.
TikTok is owned by China-based ByteDance, the world's most valuable startup. Numerous countries have raised concerns over its proximity to the Chinese government and its hold over user data across the world. The UK will ban TikTok on government phones with immediate effect.
Given the particular risk around government devices which may contain sensitive information, it is both prudent and proportionate to restrict the use of certain apps.
Similar moves have been made in Belgium, Canada, Scotland, the European Parliament and New Zealand, with governments citing national security.
follow the advice, take advice from the GCSB in terms of their IT and their cybersecurity policies.
Biden's administration says TikTok's Chinese owners must divest their stakes or face a possible U.S. ban. New legislation allows the White House to ban foreign-based technologies that pose security risks.
2, 1.
India banned TikTok and dozens of other apps by Chinese developers on all devices in June 2020, claiming that they were potentially harmful to the country's security and integrity. Pakistan has banned TikTok at least 4 times, with the latest ban ending in November, over what the government said was immoral and indecent content on the app. Taiwan banned TikTok and some other Chinese apps on state-owned devices, and in December 2022 launched a probe into the social media app over suspected illegal operations on the island. China has called the bans from New Zealand and the UK an abuse of the concept of national security. A Foreign Ministry spokesperson said the two countries should provide a fair and non-discriminatory environment to companies from all countries.